Hello, and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I am the False God, and we are playing as Baratos. And we are at war with Fomorian Hinnom, and we had to pay off Niflheim and Muspelheim. It's very salty about it. So that's what this is. This is the first of the payments. Very unfortunate. Here we've got a Fomorian stack. That's a PD. We went to try and reclaim Bergamum. Unclear if the enemy was going to show up. They did not. We've got a big fight here. Machaka rode out into Hinnom and finds them. Okay, so let's pause for a second. So Hinnom has gone for the line. So depending on if he's on attack, rear or attack closest, right? You know, if it's attack closest, these are going to actually kind of collapse into a ball in the middle by the time they get here. If they're on attack rear, they might manage to wrap around and kill some of these mages in the back or these commanders. But Machaka's got a bunch of lion warriors and some archers. Archers probably not going to get a ton done. They might kill these slingers, might help to do a little bit of HP damage, and that'd be a little bit of an HP anchor until they themselves die. Same for these lion tribe archers. Not really going to probably accomplish a whole heck of a lot. He's got a bunch of guys to bless, though. Obviously critical. And he's got a bunch of spiders. They can do death poison, which is great. Although somewhat mitigated by the regen. And the web is not going to be great either. It's strength to escape. And these Roughite warriors are quite strong, unfortunately. They also, in terms of our withering weapons, right, have 300 years of life on them, so they're not going to wither very quickly. Hinnom, on the other hand, has brought more commanders. They've got N2, they've got 4 commanders, another one, 5. They've got some guys to bless this time, so I still think they're going to, like, these guys cannot get a bless from these two dudes in the middle here. Oh yeah, some of the commanders are actually PD because we attacked into them. But so I take some issues with this, but I'll go ahead and leave them silent for now, and we can go ahead and watch this battle. So you can see a huge wave of arrows. Does a lot of damage to this PD. Which is great. Some skeletons coming out. Still not sure. This guy is not doing anything. He appears to just be here to heal and doesn't get to cast spells. We've made contact with the PD. You can see that they are not on attack rear, and so they are all collapsing into this ball in the middle. Now we're gonna get really outnumbered down here, although hopefully they can make some progress. I will say the lion warriors are good and bad against these guys. So if anybody remembers from my very first series as Hinnom, right, I lost a lot of Rougheites to lion warriors. They have this big damage spirit club that's also going to deal fatigue damage, though it is reduced for large targets. Their problem is that against those magic weapons, they have a protection of 7, so they are going to die in droves. You can see we already routed on the bottom here. We do have some spiders who are making it to the back line. And we're holding strong on our left flank, but our right flank is basically gone. The Rougheites on attack closest are marching north to try and engage these spiders, I suppose. This guy's on like attack. And the orders for these Rougheites have left them wasting a lot of turns. Look at this guy's also neat. Oh, I didn't talk about him. We got this little thug. He's got a stinger and an amulet of clarity. And he's got fire shield up, and he's going to get whopped by somebody, but he's for now he's holding on. Web coming out there. You can see we've collapsed pretty much utterly. On this side, the archers are moving in so they can all take maximum casualties. Although maybe they'll kill some of these along the way. We're, I think, close to HP routing. I don't think Hinnom is particularly close to HP routing yet. So we're just going to keep trying. We did route off these groups. And don't forget, we do have, unfortunately, potential replay bugs. Or I think they're certain, actually. But we'll obviously have to check the end result or what happens. But our guys, I'm actually shocked that they're still here. We've lost so many troops. There it goes. All right, Machaka is routed. And they're going to lose a bunch more stuff in the retreat. Let's take a look, though, at how it went on this page. So we lost. Spider Clan. So Machaka did, in fact, lose in the game as well. Lost 3 mages. Bunch of archers, 56 out of 64 lion warriors. That is a pretty big percentage of what he had. Obviously, it's this whole army's worth. Now, the good news, and what we didn't see in our replay, so we killed 13 Rephites. That's okay. You know, each of the Rephites is 100 gold. But he killed the Akka, all 3 commanders, and 2 of the Blessers. And these guys don't have leadership. So this army is actually stranded until it can get some leaders recruited. So that's kind of funny. And it's going to be important in a moment. And then Fomori attacks and kills some of Machaka. We have a negative event. And they've moved off of Kopos. So it seems like Fomoria's strategy has mostly been to put our things under siege, but they're not actually trying to take them from us. And then they're going to look to do more raiding. So that, you know, that's where these guys went. What we're going to try and do, though, is march here and then here. And we're going to try and take this fight against these guys while they haven't got much leadership. Because we might be able to pick up a snipe. Depending on if he doesn't have a leader, like, oh, you can see there's Hemp's Capital. If he doesn't have a leader ready to go, he's not going to get to put these guys in formation. Now, to be perfectly honest, that might be good because a box formation I think might be better than his ultra line on attack closest. But in any event, we will try not to give him the choice. So we've suited up some extra troops. We're also going to bring 125 Ichthyeids. Because that's what we have. That is what we have. And we're going to go ahead and patrol our capital in case this party tries to attack us. And then Machaka is doing things we obviously can't see their orders, unfortunately. This guy, I think, is marching down, and then he's going to march this way. But we're getting pressured for sure. So if we look like the province graph, right, we're both, you know, down from our heights. We're by no means dead, though. And we're going to see what we can do. It's a tough situation. Obviously, fighting hard skin regen in a first war as a nation that took a questionable bless. As Baratos in general. Machaka's a little better at it, but as Baratos in general, it's not a great matchup. And I believe we're trying to get diplomatic help, but I don't think anything has happened as of yet. You know, we're sending missives to this team. We're sending missives to Vanheim, although they're still... I don't think they've wrapped up this war yet with Colossi and Abyssia, so they're not really going to be there for us. And we paid these guys off, but I don't think that they have any interest in fighting. They may not even have... I think what we told them as they ought to fight them, given like they have Silent Ocean and they could take all this stuff. But I don't recall if they do anytime real soon anyway. So nice, a big fight here, fun to watch. Unfortunately, it was a loss, but perhaps with some silver lining, and we'll see if we can capitalize. So let's go to 21. I got a shit ton of air gems from Machaka and some blood slays. I researched blood magic. 2 finished. Let's see if we've got any big battles. No. I did send out a raiding party. Raiding party for Chaka. We get raided by this army of 24 Fomorian giants with 27 Nemedians. This is also in our cap circle. I think we lose another group to Niflheim as part of our original deal, and we take the province that had nothing in it. Kopos is now under siege with the walls damaged. He moved in militias and some Ichthids. We raided out here. We're going to try and raid down and pick this stuff up on sort of the behind. Okay, Golem Range actually is the one that's goofily enough not in our cap circle. I was thinking of this one. But we're going to try and take this fight with these Rephites. So we did, we are doing a little bit of counter raiding. We're still losing the raiding war. We were neutral this turn, but we're down on the war. But we're gonna try and take this army out. That may get them to back off. This is a lot of their Rephites to lose. We'll also look and see if we can't get some more parties of Colossi. Again, we're gonna have to patrol our capital here. This guy is gonna do Mistform for a gem each, which sucks and is super expensive, but kind of the situation we're in. I don't know if I needed to patrol this turn, because I don't know if these guys can make it. I don't know, but in any event, that's sort of what it's going to be for now. They're gonna keep rampaging around a little bit, but we'll try. We'll get, we've got a couple little raiding squads. Try and get some more, and we're still kind of just recruiting the basic stuff. Gonna finish Blood 3 in a couple turns. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and jump to this fight. It looks like a fun fight. 22. All right. This is us taking out a PD. It's a shame to lose a Colossi warrior against 1 PD, or like 6 PD. Must have just gotten hit in the head or something. Obviously, we won't be able to see it in this version, but it's, that is a bit unfortunate. We get attacked here and lose. Here's our fight against Hinnom. Okay, so as you can see, they did not manage to put a new commander up to control their troops. They have 1 extra guy here to bless with. These guys might be the PD commanders, I think. But so all their troops are now just in a ball, and they're immediately going to be on attack. So they're gonna have less time. Oops, should probably pause. They're gonna have less time to bless. So a lot of these guys should end up being unblessed, and they might get a little bit more spread out, and so not fight as effectively together as they could. So it's a damaged shield. Oh, they're also starving. What? Oh no, population killer. It's the wrong. I was like, how could they be starving? They don't eat. Not starving. We've got a little bit of lightning bolt going out, looks like. Protective winds. Another lightning bolt. Surprised we didn't do Mistform a little bit. But looks like we're just oh, I'm not that surprised. They have magic weapons. So Mistform no good. So we're just on all Lightning Bolt. Except the god who is going to do Mistform. Lightning Bolt pretty good at, you know, shocking people. Get that stun in. Let our troops take them out. In this fight, we lost that guy immediately. That's hilarious. We'll see if that happens. I can't remember if that happens in the real one or not. But he gets immediately bopped. We put our guys, I think, on attack rear to try and pick off any commanders because we knew there's not going to be a lot here. But looks like we didn't end up doing that. We just kind of got distracted in on the sides. And the Ichthyids are mostly here just to provide bonus HP and sort of fill in the lines. We're now casting Mistform, so we're off script, but Fire Blast is also like pretty nice. Fireflies less so. Not thrilled with Fireflies. You can see how we're able, almost all of our troops are fighting, whereas so many of these rough fights, because of their lack of commander their positioning, they're just standing around. Like, look at how much of this army is doing absolutely nothing just because they don't have that commander. It's a pretty darn huge chunk, whereas all of our troops are essentially fighting except for some of these Ichthyids. Now you can see we've lost our whole right wing of Colossi basically, but our left is doing okay. We're starting to see some routing. The god is in the back line, and he's just munching on people. He did a personal flight. Get back there. He's probably going to kill these two idiots this turn. Yep. So we're going to try... there goes Hinnom. They're routed. I believe all of their commanders are dead. So that's what we were after. Get that commander snipe. And then hopefully we'll try and see how many we can pick off in this retreat. Our Draken is in some danger here. These guys hit pretty hard. You can see he lost his Mistform already. We do have regeneration going, which is nice. But they are routed off the field. And Draken's going to keep trying to pick more of them off as they go. Get this guy. Go get that guy. Anyways. In the event, we lost almost all of our Colossi and 2/3 of our heavy spearmen. But we killed both the Ketasim, 20 Rephites, 20 Avites. We took the province. They had, as you can see, they had a ton of, a huge PD dump with pretty good PD. But we did get the win. Our Stormcaller did not die. He did not get bopped in the real one. We got most of our people back, and I want to say that, yeah, we tried to cut this retreat route. Mashaka tried with just a little raid, but he ran into too much stuff. So they do get some amount of retreating, and our army is now obviously down about half, but the Hinnom force has been whittled down quite a bit, especially with no leaders, right? These troops... Oh, you can see we already didn't get the full commander snipe. We beat them straight up in the real version. But so with one commander, probably some of these got away, but they could have lost a bunch, right? They only had one retreat route, so out of, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they might have lost some more there. Now we're going to try and march north to see if we can't deal with this, this Fomorian army. We're going to try to keep raiding. We're going to start raiding this way with just this guy. Going to go get a lab here. We've got our lab up here and our full fort. So we're researching behind what's going on. We're not in great shape, but we're doing something. And we're headed up to Conjuration for those birds and for those buffs. So, and this guy is defending. So a costly victory, but it should buy us a lot of time on this front. you know, making these rough fights are really expensive and they're really high resource. So I don't know how many he can really look to replace quickly. I think if we saw Hinnom doesn't actually have a ton of provinces. I mean, they're kind of right in my own provinces. Yeah, they're kind of in the middle, but their income is really low. They're down here with Abyssia, so they're gonna have a tough time replacing all those losses. The Fomorian income, though, it's because we're actually like, you know, maybe 40% more than Hinnom, or not 40%. We're almost probably like 80% more, almost doubling them. But Fomoria is doubling everyone. They're way ahead, which is quite scary. Sarmatia is way ahead in research, though. Look at that. But we're gonna continue to be petitioning people to try and bail us out here, because we're like, you can't let Fomoria win this war. I mean, they're huge. They're absolutely huge. So I know we were making that. Trying to make our case. Fomoria had to be stopped. But okay, so a nice victory here, even if a bit of a Pyrrhic one. We lost a lot of sacreds. We do have more sacreds behind, but not too many. And we are able to recruit some of these extra sacreds with fear. But this stack is kind of scary. This Fomorian king here in our cap circle, as we are going to try and, you know, dip, duck, dive our way out of this one, and buy time and hope that we get someone coming in with the rescue. Unfortunately, nobody really wants to rescue Baratos. Typically, it's not high on anyone's list, but we do have a good-sized treasury built up as well. We are going to be able to continue to produce troops, sort of, even if we start to take some more losses to territory. But all right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here at this nice big battle, and we'll look to see everyone in the next one. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.